Over here I see that someone has placed this piece of sheet metal down with the bricks on top to hold this seam down because the seam is coming up. After a while, when you just use glue and caulking over your seams, after a while the weather kind of just wear them off. And this one here has kind of come undone again, and there's allowing water to go inside. That's why it's never good to run your seams parallel like this. It's always good to overlap your seams. A lot of times it gets done because of having extra material or material that's a little bit short in some areas. So we'll open this up and see what we got. I'm going to give you guys an example of how to pull the seams up. You don't want to snatch them up because the rubber has been glued down, and you don't want to tear it off of the fiberboard underneath because that would allow it to kind of get a little bit of sponginess. So always just take your fingers and peel. Just dig in there and peel slowly, slowly, slowly. And once you start to get a good grip on it, pull it, but pull it back while pushing down. Push down and just pull. But since this is kind of lost its elasticity over time, it's easy for us to peel it back. Now, I'm going to go ahead and finish it out, and then I'll show y'all guys the next step. Try not to pull it back no more than, I'll say, about 4 inches. Someone else might say 6, but as long as you can get your tape in there 3 inches, you'll be fine. Stay tuned. Here, you can clearly see there were recent patchwork done here. And my seam that I was tearing up from up here bumps right into it. Do not continue to pull that seam because you will ruin the patch. We only want to fix and eliminate possibilities of why this roof is leaking. We don't want to make more leaks. Now, I might be criticized for this, but I'm going to tell you to cut out back from where the patch is back. And the reason why I'm doing this is because I need to pull this seam back in order to tape it to stop my leak. And we'll put a piece of cover tape over top of this area here. We'll cover that tape there, but we need to focus on this thing, our seam here. So anything that you bump into that's not leaking, just make a small, no more than about 2 or 3 inches cut back from it. Stop at the bottom of it and cut about 3 inches that way. And that'll help you to be able to open your seam and to apply your inseam tape. I was able to find some bricks that was lying about up here, and I used them to hold my seams back in order to prime them really well. We're going to prime both sides. The side that's on the roof and the side that is peeled back. Both sides of it needs to be primed. Now guys, a quick tip is, whenever you open up a seam, there is going to be a line to where the rubber was in place. A lot of time is from where they caulked it at one time, or because it was in place for such a long time. What you could do also, before you start priming it, you can take a marker. Let's close this seam back. You can take a marker and you can follow it, the seam before you open it. But here clearly, I can see exactly where my seam used to be, and I can also close it for a second in order to stay on track. I'm going outside my line about 1 inch, just in case I make a mistake when I'm taping it. And you can easily move your bricks and move whatever you got holding the roof down and put it back in place. Now, I'm priming both sides of the rubber seam. Like I say, don't worry about if you spill any, because you just go crazy with this stuff here. Scrub it in really well. I'm probably going to get a lot of feedback because I didn't wash it with soap and water, and I didn't do all this fancy stuff to it. You guys at home, y'all don't have time to spend on doing something simple as repairing a seam. I've been doing them like this for many years, and I got good reviews. So I don't think that is necessary. But go by your own precautions. I'm just showing you how to apply tape to a leaking seam and how to repair it. So, just like over here, we just move the brick down, get it on the other side of that, scrub it real good, and then we replace the brick lightly. And we're on our line. I can see my line right here. I can follow my line first, then get the inside of it. That's messy. Follow my line, then get the inside of it. That's a little mess, but that's okay. Both sides, that side and that side. Now, this is called inseam tape. The difference between cover tape and inseam tape, one goes on top of the roof and one goes in between two pieces of rubber roofing. And what I mean by two pieces of rubber roofing is the seam. This is where two pieces were joined together, and over time, sometimes we use glue to hold these down. And over time, the glue loses adhesiveness. Sorry about that. And it allows this to come up, and water is running down and it runs inside. But here, what we're going to do is put it back together watertight. Seam tape here, the seam tape I got, this inseam tape I got here is 3 inch by 100 feet. That means it's 3 inches wide and 100 feet long. You might not need it that long, but I suggest you buy it because you can always use it on your rubber roof. So if you have this here in a gallon or half a gallon or a quart of primer, you can always fix your roof no matter what. All right, so like I said before, you can easily draw yourself a line, or it'll automatically have a line there because it's been down for so long. So there's like a line here, or before you peel it back, you can use a marker to trace your own line. Now here, I'm gonna take my piece of inseam tape, roll it out a few inches, and I'm gonna put it on the line, but just below it a little bit. It's good to allow maybe a ½ inch of it to stick out, because it closes it near the edge where water will try to penetrate it. So I'm gonna put it right here, just 1 inch below the mark there. If you make a mistake, that's fine. If you pull this protective covering back, it's sticky on the other side too. Wear gloves while you do this. See, it's sticky on both sides, and that's why it's good to wear gloves, because if your hands get sticky, this be stuck to them. My line is here, so slowly I'm gonna press down and put it over my line. My line is there and the tape is back here, and I'm gonna run this all the way down like that. Stay on one knee, pull your covering back, and push it down. Look at your mark behind it. You can move the tape back in order to see your mark, and then press down. You can stand up, get behind the tape. You can leave your covering on too. Roll it out, find out where the edge is, find your mark, follow your mark slowly, press it down. Just be below the mark and you'll be fine. Stretch it out, below your mark, find your mark. Once you get to the end of it, spread it out with your hands. Usually you would need a roller, but I'll just do it by hand. Stay on top of the protecting covering. Or another way you can do it is remove your bricks or whatever you use. Grab a piece of the tape, press it down onto it, slide it, push your hand down, squeeze it firmly, hold it at the end that's not touching the tape, and pull it. Then rub it down. Pull it and rub it down. And just play around with it. Push it down, squeeze it down, and this will not come up again. It's like steel. That seam is completely done. And we'll run that all the way down to the edge. Just like that. Fixed your leaking seam. Hope y'all enjoyed my video. Stay tuned. I will be posting more. And God bless y'all and love one another. Take care. All right.